The Blues brushed Spurs aside at Stamford Bridge and gained a solid advantage in the tie ahead of the second leg. Watch until the end of this review to hear all of my thoughts on yesterday's match. Hello people, welcome to my channel, welcome to another video. This is my review of the match that took place yesterday evening at Stamford Bridge in the Carabao Cup semi-final first leg between Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur, which Chelsea ended up winning by 2-0. So what I'm going to do to you guys in terms of this review is that firstly, I will run you through the lineup that Thomas Tuchel fielded at the start of the match. I will then be giving you guys my thoughts on the match itself, and yes, I'll be breaking it down into the first half and the second half, and in addition to this, I'll be giving you guys the positives and the negatives that I took from the match, and lastly, I'll be giving you guys my thoughts on Chelsea's upcoming FA Cup third round tie against Chesterfield that will be taking place at Stamford Bridge this Saturday with kickoff at 5:30 p.m. UK time. And speaking of that, I've actually got a surprise for you in regards to this. But anyways, let's get straight into this review. Let's do it. Yes, we shall begin by taking a look at the lineup that Thomas Tuchel fielded at the start of the match against Tottenham Hotspur. And yes, we're going to kick things off by talking about the formation that he chose. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I wasn't expecting him to change the formation. I wasn't expecting him to go with a back four either. And even when I saw the lineups, I immediately thought that it was a back three with Hakim Ziyech playing as a right wing back, but it wasn't that at all. It was a 4-4-2, but a variant of the 4-4-2. Instead of it being a flat 4-4-2, it was a 4-2-2-2. And yes, that was the formation that Thomas Tuchel decided to go with. And in terms of the personnel that he chose to field, he went with Kepa in goal. The back four was Cesar Azpilicueta at right back, Antonio Rudiger and Malang Sarr in the two centre-back positions, with Marcos Alonso in the left-back position. The two just ahead of them were Jorginho and Saul Niguez, with Hakim Ziyech and Mason Mount just ahead of them, and the front two was Romelu Lukaku and Kai Havertz, and that is the lineup that Thomas Tuchel decided to field at the start of yesterday's match against Tottenham Hotspur. Now, in terms of my thoughts on the match, and yes, I will begin by giving you guys my thoughts on the first half because, of course, it's only right that I do so, otherwise it won't make sense. But anyways, I thought we made a fantastic start to the match. We started like a house on fire and we just put them under pressure. We did not allow them to have time on the ball. The passing was excellent, it was nice and crisp, and the movement was just as good as the passing. And the goal that we scored inside 5 minutes of the match only accentuated my thoughts on the way we started. It was a brilliant passing move. Marcos Alonso did get the ball off of the Spurs defence. He saw that the Spurs player was going to try and pass it out wide, and he ran in like a bull, and he just took the ball off the Spurs wing back, I think it was, gave it to Kai Havertz, who was in a dangerous position at the time in which he passed the ball, i.e. when Marcos Alonso passed the ball, and he fired it in. Yes, it did take a deflection off of Davinson Sanchez, but it was Kai Havertz's goal because it was going on target, it was going in, shall I say. But a great goal, a great piece of play from Marcos Alonso, and Kai Havertz did the rest. And for me, it was great that Kai Havertz scored because he needed a goal, as he hasn't scored in a while. But yes, before yesterday anyways. But yes, great goal. And after that, we just continued to dominate. Kai Havertz actually had another chance to score, and it was with his weaker right foot, but he should have scored. It came as a result of Spurs giving the ball away on the edge of their box or inside the box. I'll have to look at it again, but they gave the ball away in their defensive third, and Kai Havertz just got on the end of it, but he could only force Hugo Lloris into making a save as opposed to putting the ball into the back of the net. He had time, he could have taken a touch, but at least there was a shot on target. Um, but yes, Kai Havertz had that chance. Romelu Lukaku did have a chance before we scored the first goal, and in my opinion, he should have taken the shot instead of passing to Kai Havertz. But fair play for him. Fair play to him for not being selfish, I guess. Um, Given the circumstances that he's been in recently. But yes, we continued to dominate after we got the goal, and the second goal, which is unfortunate on Spurs' part, but a totally deserved goal on our part because we continue to dominate. We continue to put them under bags of pressure after we got the first. And yes, it came through Ben Davies putting the ball into the back of his own net, but you have to give credit to Hakim Ziyech for the cross. It was a wonderful cross. That wand of a left foot of his does it again. And it's just unfortunate. Japhet Tanganga got on the end of the cross. He tried to head it out, but Ben Davies was in the way and he just put it into the back of his net with this part of his body, with his shoulder or his chest, whichever one you want to go with. But yes, it ended up in the back of the net and that gave us a 2-goal lead. And it was deserved, in my opinion, because we were causing them all sorts of problems with the way we were moving and passing the ball, and we were creating some good chances. Hakim Ziyech himself had some good chances to score. He had that shot from outside the box where he tried to curl it into the far corner from where he was standing anyways, but he didn't manage to get enough whip on it, but it was a good attempt from him. But overall, great first half performance. It was only right that we went into the interval with the lead because of the way we played. I mean, Spurs had nothing. They offered nothing in that first half. And not only were we brilliant offensively, I felt as though we were solid defensively as well. But in terms of my thoughts on the second half, I have to say that um, you have to give credit to Antonio Conte for changing the formation because he absolutely had to, and he had to because it clearly wasn't working in the first half. And as a result of that, they actually made a good start to the second half. They caused us a few problems. We were giving the ball away quite cheaply as well, might I add. But credit where credit's due. They did move the ball really well and get into the attacking third or their attacking third with more ease. But that spell came to an end, and we started getting into our stride again. We started moving the ball about really well, and we created some really good chances. Timo Werner did come on for Kai Havertz because I think Kai Havertz did something to his finger after he put the ball into the back of the net or after he took the shot on that saw the ball go into the back of the net because he did actually collide with Hugo Lloris, um, and I think he collided with Davinson Sanchez after he collided with Hugo Lloris. So I'll have to look at it again, but he collided with Hugo Lloris definitely, and he tumbled and he must have damaged his finger. So hopefully he's okay. He should be okay. Let's be real. But yes, Timo Werner came on. He had a chance in the second half where he got into the left wing position and he cut inside, got past the Spurs defender, and took on a shot which didn't go far. It was inches wide of the target, and it was a good shot. It would have been very nice for him to score, but fair play for him. Fair play to him for trying and taking the shot on. It was a difficult chance, but one that just went past the post. Just went past the post, the far post, might I add. It was a good shot, a good attempt from him. We continued to put on the pressure. Yes, Spurs were better defensively in the second half, but as the game won, I'll be honest, I felt as though we needed to bring on some more midfielders because they were outnumbering us in midfield. Kane was dropping deep and spraying balls as he normally does, and yeah, that did cause us a few problems. But I felt as though when we brought on the substitutions, when we brought on the substitute players, we continued to get back into our stride and we created some brilliant chances. Timo Werner had another chance where he tried to lob the keeper, but Hugo Lloris read it and he caught the ball. Romelu Lukaku had a couple of chances, one where he hit the ball straight at the keeper and one where he headed it just past the post and should have scored from. Um, we had bags of chances. I mean, I could list them all, but I'm not going to go through all of them. Otherwise, we'd be here till tomorrow. But yes, overall, I felt as though it was a good performance from us, a deserved win. Yes, we could have scored more, and it could have been over in the first leg given the amount of chances we had. But a 2-0 lead is a solid one going into the second leg next week, and I'm happy that we managed to win and keep a clean sheet. But in terms of the positives and the negatives that I took from the match, two positives, one negative, and I've pretty much just given one of the positives away. The first one is that we kept a clean sheet, and that is something that we haven't done since our game against Brentford in the quarterfinals. So it was a good defensive performance and it deserves praise. And for me, Malang Sarr was absolutely excellent in yesterday's game. Yes, he did get booked, but I thought he was absolutely solid, and he deserves praise for his performance because in previous games he wasn't at his best, but yesterday he was absolutely fantastic. But yes, that's the first positive. The second positive that I took from the match is that the performance was really good. And I say this because of the very fact that we've just come off the back of a really difficult game against the Liverpool side that are chasing the title. Yes, you may think that the title race is over, but anyways, I digress. They did give us a good game then, and that did take a lot of energy out of us. Hence why some of the players that started that game did not start in yesterday's game. But yes, the performance was still really good, and we did cause Spurs all sorts of problems, and that's the lead. That's what we ask of the team. So let's give them praise. Let's give them credit. That's the second and final positive that I took from the match. Sadly, there has to be a negative, and the negative that I took from the match is the fact that we should have scored more goals. Yes, we still won. We kept a clean sheet. The performance was good, but Spurs can still go through to the final. But that will count on us conceding some really sorry, let me start that again. That will count on us conceding some really goals. Oh God, I can't even speak. That will count on us conceding some really poor goals or us lacking some concentration. But we'll just have to see next week, won't we? But yes, that's the only negative that I took from the match. And that is it for my thoughts on Chelsea's 2-0 victory over Tottenham Hotspur in their Carabao Cup semi-final first leg. Please, guys, do drop your thoughts in the comment section below and I will do my very best to respond. We're now going to move on to my thoughts on Chelsea's upcoming FA Cup third round tie against Chesterfield that will be taking place this weekend at Stamford Bridge with kickoff at 5:30 p.m. And yes, the match will be taking place on Saturday. Let's get into it. Now, to finish off this review, I am going to give you guys my thoughts on Chelsea's upcoming FA Cup third round tie that will be taking place this Saturday at Stamford Bridge against Chesterfield with kickoff at 5:30 p.m. UK time. Honestly, I cannot wait for this one. I love this competition. The annoying thing is that we've lost two consecutive finals and we should be looking to win this competition. Yes, it's not our main priority, but this is a competition that we should be looking to win given the statistic that I have just given you in regards to our last two finals in this competition. We haven't won this competition in almost 4 years. The last time was in 2018 when we beat Manchester United by 1-0 in the 2018 final when Eden Hazard scored that penalty. And the last time after that was the 2012 final when we beat Liverpool. So we don't actually have a good record in this competition in terms of winning it in recent years anyways. So we should be looking to win this competition and hopefully we get the job done against Chesterfield in our third round tie. In terms of what I said in the cliffhanger at the start of this review, I'll repeat it anyway. I said that I have a surprise for you guys in regards to this game, and the surprise is that I'm actually going to go to this game. Yes, I don't often go to men's games. This will only be my second ever men's game. But yes, I am very much looking forward to it. I'm very much looking forward to sitting in the East Stand. Um, but yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I will be giving you guys a preview for it tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all very soon. Come on, you Blues. Come on, Thomas Tuchel, and peace.